So we're going to show you today some things that you can do at home that will help with the corrective care that you've began. So we're going to talk about a couple of different options, and essentially with all of these options there's some goals we're trying to accomplish. There's mainly three types of neck curves that benefit from one of our different types of home units, either when the curve is straight in your neck or when it's reversed or when your head is really far forward on your shoulder. So that's why we're giving you this video to watch specifically. These home units are to stretch the ligaments at the front of your neck. So when you're lying in this position on the home unit, it helps to stretch the ligaments so that your body can change the curve much more than it would on its own. Often we'll see a very slow change over many years, but if we use a home unit like this, we can speed that up and see a great correction, often in 1 to 2 years, and we'll see a more complete correction with using it as well. So that's why it's important to use them. The home units don't correct alignment. They're not doing what an adjustment does. It's really more about getting maximum posture change to the curve from the adjustments that we're doing. So for all of the home units, you want to be on a firm surface, lying on the ground on a yoga mat or thick carpet, something that's firm but that you're comfortable lying on for 15 to 20 minutes. If it's hard on your lower back to lie on a hard surface like that, you can roll up a towel and put it underneath the curve of your lower back. You can also bend one of your legs or both of your legs if it helps your lower back to feel better as well. We'll show you a video after this one that has the specific type of home unit that we're going to ask you to use, and we'll have instructions on where to place it. But the process for all of them is very similar. Basically, you want to start by lying on the home unit for 3 minutes the first day. If it's comfortable being in that extended position for 3 minutes, then you increase by a minute a day until you get to 20 minutes. So the goal we're looking for is 20 minutes a day, and once you reach that 20-minute mark, you want to do that every day until we're seeing maximum correction of the curve, or I tell you you don't need to use it any longer. And that can take very different amounts of time for people. So that's the typical way people proceed through it. If it's not comfortable after lying on it for 3 minutes, then don't increase by a minute a day. Stay at 3 minutes a day until it gets more comfortable, and tell me at your next appointment that you found it uncomfortable, and there's some ways we can help to improve the comfort of it as well. So you want to increase slowly based on how your body's feeling with changing the minutes, and eventually we want to work up to 20, but it's okay if it takes a while to get to that point. A couple things about the position that you're in. You're on your back with your head extended. I don't advise you to try and read a book or watch TV or anything like that. Use that time as just a relaxing time. If you do prayer time or meditation or deep breathing, that type of thing is perfect while you're on your back, so your body can really focus on just relaxing those ligaments. Listening to music, something like that would be great as well. So use it as a relaxation time. It doesn't matter what time of day you do it, but I find that people who are really consistent with it, it's typically part of their bedtime routine. So I do advise everyone just to do that before you go to bed, because it seems to be a much more consistent routine than trying to fit it in, throughout the day when you have a free minute, because we don't ever seem to have free minutes. So do that before you go to bed and try to get into that routine. With all of the home units, what we do for their cost is they're right around what it costs us, and that's $40 at the moment for all of them. So you can purchase the home unit and take it home and start using it. Now what we're doing at the moment is, if you want to leave a review for us on one of our sites, like our Google page or ratemds.com or something like that, if you leave a review for us, just your own honest review, it doesn't have to be 5-star, just whatever your honest review is, we will give you a home unit at no cost. So that's something that we do just to save you some of the costs, but those reviews benefit us as well. Don't mention that you're leaving a review to get a free wedge or anything, but that's something that we're happy to do. So if you want to do that, we can send you an email that gives you instructions on how to leave a review, but obviously you can pay for it if you would prefer, and that's no problem. So the next video that our team will have you watch. We'll give you specific instructions on the home unit that you're meant to use. So we're going to discuss how to use a home unit that's called an extension compression home unit. And that's this big triangle here. And so we're using that to help with the curve shape, but mainly we're actually using this to help bring your head back over your shoulders closer to the normal range. So the main thing with this home unit is, for most people, we're going to start at one of the more advanced levels. And I want you to tell me if you're using it the way that we describe and it feels like your head is really far back and it's just too extreme, or you're uncomfortable or something. Let me know. And there is another way that we can work up to that more easily, but I find most people can jump right to the more extreme level. On the handout, that's called phase 4. So you'll be getting this handout, and phase 4 are the instructions that we're wanting to do. And definitely with your head in extension like that, you know, it's normal to feel a little bit awkward when you first try that, but you'll get more used to it as the days go on. So with the home unit, what we do, we've talked about lying on a firm surface. Your upper back goes on the triangle here, your head is off the end here, and the wedge should be straight up and down on this edge from the floor. So we want the top of the wedge at phase 4, we want this top to be right at the top of your shoulder blades. So about an inch lower than your shoulders is where your shoulder blades are, and you want this edge to be at your shoulder blades, so your shoulders are above and your head is above that. You let yourself completely relax so that your head extends backwards, and you lie like that for 3 minutes. That will help to stretch those ligaments like we talked about on the previous video, and set a timer. If it's comfortable at 3 minutes, increase by a minute a day like we talked about on the video before. So that's how most people will use the extension compression unit. And if there's any issues with that at all, let me know on your next adjustment, and we can talk about starting a little bit higher up in your neck and then working our way down to level 4. But most people will be fine going right back to level 4. So there's a couple other exercises I want to talk about as well. One of them is on your extension compression form, and it's called the jaw jut exercise. And so basically that exercise is done either standing or sitting. Looking straight ahead, you slide your head straight back, giving yourself a double chin. Keep looking straight ahead. You squeeze those muscles in your upper neck for a second, and then you let them relax. And you just keep repeating that for 4 minutes. And so if you do that for 4 minutes, it will help to strengthen those ligaments, strengthen those muscles in the upper part of the neck, and that will help to bring your head back further as well. Now, it's fine to do that while you're sitting. So I recommend, if you have a drive that you do every day, then do that for 4 minutes while you're driving. And you basically touch your head to the headrest, squeeze those muscles, let them relax, and then repeat that for 4 minutes. Now, on top of the wedge and the jaw jut exercise, general core strength exercises or spinal hygiene exercises are really good as well. So we're going to give you a handout called Spinal Hygiene. Those exercises, there's 8 of them. They're from easiest to hardest, and some of them use a fit ball, which you can purchase at any exercise store or Winners or department store. Doing those will definitely help with core strength as well. So that gives you some really good things to do at home to help with your overall correction and results with your corrective chiropractic care.